What is up, everybody? CollectorKev here, back again with another video. And today we're going to be talking about some of the top emulators that you're going to want to be using in this year, and some of the best new emulators to come out, and some updates to old ones we've covered before. Let's get right into it. First things first, we're going to be talking about DuckStation. This is a PlayStation OG, a PS1 original emulator, and it's one of the best out. It's really simple to set up. You just go ahead and download it for whatever system you're using, whatever Windows, Mac, whatever the case may be. Download it for you, and when you do download it, export it, and then import all your stuff, set up the settings. You can upscale games, play them to higher quality, play them at a better frame rate, and overall a better experience. I have plenty of videos. I've even linked some in the descriptions down below for individual videos on these emulators where I walk you through each one step by step on its own individual video. That way you know from beginning to end on every emulator how to have it set up. That way you're good to go. The next one we're talking about is a original OG Xbox emulator, and that is Xemu. Sometimes for some reason I call it Zemu or Zemu, but I'm pretty sure it's just Xemu. And this is a really, really good top-notch Xbox OG console emulator with a huge library. As you can see in the background right now, I'm going through the compatibility list, and it's got a large library, most of the games playable, most of the favorites that you would want to go play in the classics, Halo, all that stuff. It's completely playable, if not perfect, from beginning to end. No worries, you can play it, and not just play it, and I hate to say the same thing over and over, but play it upscaled, better quality, and an overall better experience. Link in the description is down below for that as well, and you can go ahead and just download it for whatever you have, export it, and again, I have a video individually, a walkthrough on this setup itself, so go ahead and check that out if you need a full setup on how to get it running and go. The next one is RPCS3. This is a PlayStation 3 emulator, and it's one of the best. I've covered it before on my channel. The library constantly gets updated. It doesn't stay stagnant. The team is always on it, and every single year it gets better and better and better. I love going on this emulator, playing it on my PC, but it can also be played on handhelds, Steam Decks, the ROG, all that kind of stuff. Checking out the compatibility list, you see there's almost 4,000 games, with over 2,500 being completely playable from beginning to end, no problem at all. That is a huge library, and as time goes on, I've watched it with my own eyes. It will continue to grow. They will continue to make progress, but as of right now, 2,500 plus games completely playable. So we're getting well above the 70% line of the full library of the PS3 being able to be played on your PC or whatever you're using, Linux, Mac OS, and that is a huge, huge step. I love to keep seeing the continual progress from the team, and I know in the coming years it's only going to get better, and eventually that library is going to be completely 100% playable from beginning to end. The next one is Vita 3K, which is a PlayStation Vita emulator, and this one is really cool because a PlayStation Vita is a slept-on console. It has a very large library, and not just a very large library, but a very large library that's playable on this emulator. If we go ahead and check out the compatibility list, you can see that a large amount of these games are playable. So you add, this PlayStation with the Xbox, with the Vita, you're talking thousands upon thousands upon thousands of games now at your disposal. I'm self-aware that I keep repeating myself, but just because people constantly ask, there is links in the description down below on every single one of these emulators, their own dedicated video, a walkthrough on how to set it up, so be sure to check that out. Inside the compatibility list, you can see that there's all 2,082 games, with 1,178 of them being completely playable from beginning to end, and about 32 do nothing, 65 bootable, 89 intro, so on and so forth. But over time, this will change. The library will continue to grow. More games will continue to be worked on and now be playable. So keep an eye on that, and be sure to add that to your emulator collection for sure. And last but not least for this video is the PCSX2 emulator. And this is a PlayStation 2 emulator, one of, if not my favorite console of all time. The PlayStation 2 has probably, to me, the best library of any video game console that has ever been created, like completely ever been created. And I don't know in the future if any console that comes out, especially with today, how the consoles are really just not the wave right now. I can't see even in the future a console coming out with a better library. and not just a better, bigger library, but the games are just absolutely perfect. Some of the greatest games I've ever played in my life. And yeah, that's just straight facts. And compatibility list on this one, we have playable, 97% playable. So pretty much every single game in the PS2 for this emulator is playable. I've yet to find a single game that I have not been able to play, and it looks amazing, plays amazing, and I'm having so much fun going back. And then you can load in cheats, all that stuff in the emulators themselves. Again, check out my videos where I go through these individually so you can see how it's set up, see how to do all that kind of stuff. It's really cool stuff. But for now, go ahead, grab that latest nightly version, install it, set it up, explore all the options, and lose yourself playing PS2 again and going back for that nostalgic stuff. And if you never played it before, getting to experience and check out one of the greatest libraries and game catalogs of all time. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you like my content on this, just let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know what games you're going to be playing on what emulators and what you're excited to play. Thanks for checking out this video. This is Collector Kev. I hope to see you on the next one, and I'm out.